Subscribe and hit the bell icon and never miss another video.
Problem is that everybody's become a critic. So there are no critics left.
The thought that ran inside my head at that moment was, yes, I'm going to die. I don't want to get stuck in a monotony.
I have called up so many times on the first day of shoot as screwed. Over. And you know what they say? Just get it over with.
Because you can't do anything else about it. That's when you look for, okay, what next? So 7-8 days took a huge toll that, I wouldn't want to talk to my parents in the evening.
Hey guys, my name is Shravan Shah and today I'm going to be having a conversation with two very talented people. We have Ajay Devgn and Rakulpreet Singh with us. What's up guys? How are you guys doing?
What's up? Very good.
You were right.
Yeah.
I said, it went up. But Ajay sir, Runway 34. I love the trailer. Okay. And I want to ask you this, like as an actor, as a producer, as a director. Okay. Is this always a conscious decision that, hey, because whatever you do, whether it's acting or producing or directing, you push the envelope with your content, okay? And I hope you know that because as
I try
a follower, I love the content that you make, okay? With Runway 34, you've done that yet again. Is it a conscious decision always?
Yeah, for one, when I make films myself, first thing is a script. Yeah. The script should interest me and it should be a very interesting script. So that's what happened with this film. We started working on the script. It's inspired from a true incident. And gradually we got so involved in the script and it shaped up so well, we decided to make it. Yeah. Then secondly also is, I like to make films where it is not, which are not very, very easy to make. In this also, you needed to create a lot more new things technically also. Yeah. To shoot in the cockpit and in the plane and things like this. Creating turbulences with more than 150 people on board and such a small cockpit, and I didn't want to lose the claustrophobia.
I was just going to come to that.
So I've kept it at the real size. Yeah. Usually people, what they do is they make a set and it's foldable and you can remove one side and you can use the cameras moving there. I didn't do that at all. I didn't do that at all because I wanted that feeling. Yeah. So I wanted to squeeze in and get the drama as real as possible from inside. And that needed a lot of things.
Yeah, but as a viewer, I can see that. You spoke about claustrophobia. I feel very claustrophobic when I'm traveling my aircraft. And I think,
Oh, really?
Yeah. And when I saw the trailer, I could see that, when suddenly you're using attitude. Because when I'm in a plane and when I feel the turbulence, I'm like, I'm dying.
Do you get scared?
I'm one of those. I'm like, I'm dying. I'm dying, guys. But when, there's a scene when you guys are going down and I'm like, I know this feeling. I know how it feels. When you were shooting for this, did you also of course, as an actor, you are supposed to feel it because only then the audience is going to feel that, okay? Was that also consciously running in your head that, hey, I need to kind of bring that emotion out?
No, that's your primary job to bring the emotion out. But I think the thought that ran inside my head at that moment was, yes, I'm going to die. The thought was, yes, I'm going to die, and how will I react if I know that this can happen any moment, and that fear and the body shivering and the way you're helpless.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't even jump out. You can't do anything.
True.
So I think that mixed emotion of fear and helplessness and to see your death is what played in my head.
Yeah, perfect. Now, one thing that's common for both of you all, okay, done South films, doing Bollywood films or Hindi films. I'm going to correct myself. I'm going to correct myself. Hindi films.
Because I always say that.
Yeah, Hindi films. Bollywood. Hindi films. A part of RRR and the magic it created. Okay. One thing that people have been talking about of late is this larger-than-life heroic entry. Okay, that films have showcased, whether it's RRR, whether it's KGF. Okay. You've always done this. I mean, you standing on a bike, you standing on a car. You've done that, all of that, okay? So when you hear these conversations happening in the industry, what are your thoughts about this?
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing where a hero is supposed to be a hero. Yeah. We need to make larger than life films. Apart from making that also, we need to make dramas and other kind of films. Yeah. So everything should work. You should not limit it. we as filmmakers should not get limited कि यही चलता है और ये नहीं चलता. अगर सब कुछ चलता है, तो then we are very happy. Then we can look at different kind of films. Now I'm also doing different kind of films. I'm doing a Runway 34, then I'm doing a Bhola, which is again a larger than life film.
Yeah.
Then I'm doing a Maidan, which is a great character. So it's good that we can do different things.
Makes sense. But as an artist, don't you think it's important, like he said, you need to kind of tap into that? And I think with your filmography, you're exactly doing that, whether it's this one, whether it's Chhatri Valley. You're actually, whether it's Dr. G, you're actually tapping into different characters. And how important is it to be an artist in 2022, where you get to play these characters for you?
I think very important, at least for me. I don't want to get stuck in a monotony. I don't want people to have a certain idea about how I should be cast, what do you call, a frame of mind that, oh, she's just a girl
like
next
box
door.
you. Yeah,
box me, slot me,
yeah.
rather. So I don't want to do that. I think our profession is beautiful where you can get to experiment and do such a variety of roles, and that's our job,
that's
right? So I am very grateful that I have those films to showcase versatility, and I hope I continue to get those films because it's a very, I want to strike a balance.
Yeah.
I want to do your commercial, Nach Gana, all of that, and
yeah.
then I want to do films like Runway or films like Chhatri Valley because it's a beautiful medium to tell different kind of stories. So why limit to one genre?
Yeah. Three and a half decades in the industry. Have you fathomed the fact that it's been 3.5 decades first of all?
No.
No.
And I don't want to also.
Yeah, because I think...
Keep working, it's okay.
But I also think somewhere you're enjoying this phase of, like you said, tapping into
actually,
different aspects.
Time flies so fast that you, when somebody says it's 3 decades, you think about it. Otherwise, you think like you've started yesterday.
Yeah. But like she said, did this ever happen to you in your career span that somewhere you thought you were put in that box that she spoke about?
No, luckily I was never put in that box, and I didn't let myself get into that box.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, I mean, in the 90s when people believed in parallel cinema, was like this cinema and parallel cinema. Now I think the lines have diminished.
Are blurred. Yeah.
I did parallel cinema then when no other actor was doing it.
Yeah.
From Zakham to Takshak to everything. So I believed in all kinds of cinemas, and I today also believe in that. That's the same thing, and that's what actually helped me grow. I would say, they worked, they didn't work is besides the point.
For sure,
I learned a lot out of it, and today I am where I am only because I have done everything differently. So I'm happy about it.
That makes sense. I have to share this with you that when I was growing up, in fact, for my understanding cinema, one of the films that they showed us was Raincoat.
Yep.
Yeah, and they did that. They actually showed us Raincoat, and we were actually...
It's a beautiful story.
For sure. And we were actually asked to, think about the psyche of the character that you play and the character that Aishwarya Rai Bachchan plays. So, I mean, what great to be a part of cinema when, you get to tap into this. I think what you said is beautiful. I want to ask you this, and this question is again to both of you, that you read a script. Okay, it's perfect. You like the script, you say yes to it. Then, when you begin shooting for it, probably something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys as actors figure it when...
I figure it on the first day.
You figure it on the first day?
You can ask my office or whoever. I have called up so many times on the first day of shoot, I've screwed. Over.
Yeah.
Done with.
You know it on the first day.
And you know what they say? Just get it over with.
Because you can't do anything else about it.
And your gut is right all the time.
Most of the time.
But then don't you anytime walk up to a filmmaker?
Maybe there are 1 or 2 films which I thought were all rubbish and they worked. But apart from that, my gut is been right.
Okay. But don't you walk to the filmmaker and tell them?
I tell them. I have a healthy discussion with them that I don't think this is the way I also saw the film, and I think this is the way, aren't we going wrong? And they say, and when they turn around and say, no, we know what we're doing, trust us. Then I say, okay, now I trust you.
It's going down.
Come on.
What about you?
No, I think you get a sense of it. For me, maybe not on the first day, but a couple of days into shoot, I know I've sensed that this is not going to land right. And sometimes I've been in a position to say, sometimes you're not in a position to say.
Makes sense.
But, and I wouldn't say कि क्या कर रहे हो, I would just say that are we on the, you know,
Same page?
like sugarcoating my words a little, trying to be nice to the person who's actually doing their job also. But then there's nothing much you can do. Like Sir said, just get it done with. In your head, you've prepared yourself for this. No, then you start looking for, okay, what? That's when you look for, okay, what next? How do I pad this up? What? I'm not counting on this.
Oh God! But how many times has your gut been right there?
I think most of the times. I'm not talking about the box office. I would
No,
still
no,
be
I'm
proud of
talking
the
about-
film. You know, sometimes it doesn't work for other reasons, but I'll still be proud of the film.
Yeah.
But when I know that this film is not going, all the time's correct
Oh wow!
so far.
The last time we met, we spoke about this one thing is critiques. Okay, so there is something called as it's logical critiquing where they tell you, okay, acha, this could have been better, but sometimes it's just that. No, what was she wearing? Why were her clothes like this, for example?
No, they tell the story.
Otherwise they'll just tell you the story. Okay. As an actor, I want to ask you this. So do you even read the reviews that come out, or you just let it go?
No, I don't. And the problem is, I have nothing against critics. You know, that's also a job.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a very serious job.
Yeah.
But the problem is that everybody's become a critic.
For sure.
So there are no critics left because the genuine critics have gotten lost in the so-called other critics. So every second social media person is a critic now.
Yeah.
Everybody has something to say. They know nothing about it, but still they have to say it. So you stop taking them seriously because they are like now thousands of them and millions of them.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
So a couple of them you used to take them seriously, but they have gotten lost in all this.
In all the noise.
So you don't know what to do. Then you start thinking, okay, now your biggest critic is your audience.
Yeah.
Let them decide
Yeah.
if the film works or doesn't work.
That's the conversation we were having last time. I said earlier times were so good that people would watch. There was a genuine word of mouth, and then if they liked the experience.
Also, the critics earlier, they used to analyze the film.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know that we think that this was wrong. This didn't work. That didn't work. Like he said, now
This
they talk
could have been
about
better.
clothes, and they talk about
Looks
your personal life. They talk
Yeah.
about your personal life, and they talk about
Yeah.
all that rubbish.
Yeah, which doesn't really contribute to anything that
anything,
your job is
anything.
supposed
They don't
to
talk
act.
about the film at all.
Yeah, which is, and also because
And
a lot-
also, like I keep telling a lot of people, and these days people, I mean, the so-called critics don't even know a difference between good photography and good location.
yeah,
Yeah.
You take a still or take a shot at a good location, oh, very good photography. You have to know
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
No, because there's no
You need to know something.
qualifications, sir.
Exactly.
Like, there's
That's what
no
I'm trying to say.
qualification.
Yeah.
So then how do you take them seriously?
that's true. That is
Yeah,
true.
and it's so risky for the film industry because everyone, like I said, everyone's a critic, so everyone's opinion's available to everyone. So they make a judgment before watching the film.
Yeah.
So it's not cool. I
And
feel.
also because you're a producer and a director, you know the amount of hard work that's gone on the project.
Exactly. And not just me. Everybody puts in hard work.
Yeah.
And if you want to, and everybody's not making a good film, but they are trying to. At
Yeah.
least. So I'm not saying that you should not run them down, but
There's a better way to put it out.
You explain this is where this man has faltered.
Yeah.
You don't say he's rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
That's just.
Nobody is rubbish.
Yeah. That's just.
Everybody is working as hard.
Yeah. Makes sense. Question to both of you again. That for both of you, like I was just saying, you've had first 4 months, busy months, whether it was a cameo in Gangu, RRR, Rudra, and this one. With you have a series of films lined up. I want to know, as actors, how do you guys? Is it very easy for you all to shuffle between the projects and leave the pulse of an character where you picked it up?
I'm not a method actor, so I don't get into it. I am a switch on and switch off. But also, saying that, we've gone through that. That time is over where we were shuffling through films. Now what we are doing is finishing one film and moving on to another.
Yeah.
So it's
easy.
Yeah, it's much better.
That is much better. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also a switch on, switch off person. I switch off every day after shoot, and then I switch on back the next day. And I think it's very important. And like Sir said, that when you're doing one film, you understand
Focus
that
there.
character, and you're in that mood, and then you switch off. For us, it's work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But has it ever happened with you all where a particular character probably stayed with you longer than it should have? Any?
No, not really. But the character which really inspired me in my life was, in a way, which made you think, I would say, was the character of Bhagat Singh. But apart from that, it was all switch on.
Yeah. What about you?
No, not stayed that way, but it did. There was one role that I was playing in a film with Allu Arjun, where it required me to be very emotionally low for 7-8 days together. I was crying and howling and depressed and all of that for 7-8 days. So those 7-8 days took a huge toll that, I wouldn't want to talk to my parents in the evening, or I wouldn't, because I just want, because you don't have the energy, it's sucked out of your system. Then it took me, after that I was like 3 days I'm not going to do anything and just go out and meet my friends and just get back to normal, and yeah, that's the only time where I felt it was very heavy.
Wow. But thank you so much, guys, for talking to me. This was a great conversation. All the very best for Runway 34. Like I said, this looks fab.
Thank you.
Can't wait to watch it now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.